Hi friends, in this video let me cover up the fill in the blanks under bit questions. You have in material 35. Sorry, when it comes to your page number it's not 35, wait a while. It's page number 31. In page number 31, in the bit questions they are given the fill in the blanks. Let me cover it up. Let us move on to question 1. What they are telling? The dash discount is not recorded in the books of account. See, usually discount will be classified into how many type? Two type. It may be the trade discount or cash discount. We can classify the discount into how many type? Two type. Trade discount or cash discount. So which discount will not be recorded? Trade discount. So the answer for question 1 is trade discount. So you can take down point number 1, trade. Point number 1, trade. Now moving on to question 2. What they are telling? The profit or loss on revaluation is shared among the partners in dash ratio. See, usually whenever the admission of a partner happens, or whenever the retirement of a partner happens or death of a partner, the revaluation account will be prepared so as to know what is the revalued value of assets and liabilities of the partnership. So in this situation, after evaluation, they may incur profit or loss. Usually that particular profit or loss will be distributed in which ratio? Old profit sharing ratio. It will be shared in which ratio? Old profit sharing ratio. So accordingly take down point number 2. Old profit sharing ratio. Old profit sharing ratio. Now let us move on to question 3. What they are telling? At the time of goods sent to consignee, the pro forma invoice is prepared by whom? Pro forma invoice. Who is going to prepare? Consigner. When the consigner is going to send the goods to consignee, along with the goods, he is going to send the document called pro forma invoice, in which he is going to provide the details of what? How much quantity of goods he has sent, what is the quality of goods, at what price the consignee has to sell, that all the details will be mentioned in that particular pro forma invoice. So who is going to prepare pro forma invoice? Consigner. So accordingly take down the answer, consigner. Now let us move on to question 4. What they are telling? Memorandum revaluation account is prepared when dash of the assets and liabilities are not altered. Means usually whenever the admission or retirement happens, if the partners decide to carry on the assets and liabilities of the partnership without unaltered, means which value? The book value of the assets. If they doesn't want to change the book value of assets and liabilities, means in the situation, instead of preparing revaluation account, they are going to prepare what? Memorandum revaluation account. So what will be the answer? Book value. When they doesn't want to alter which value? Book value of assets and liabilities. So the answer we are going to obtain is, take down book value. Next, moving on to question 5. Or they are telling realization account is opened at the time of dash of the firm. When the realization account will be opened? Dissolution. Whenever the dissolution of the firm happens, they are going to open which account? Realization account. So accordingly, what will be the answer? Dissolution. Take down dissolution. Whenever the dissolution of the firm happens, they are going to open which account? Realization account. Now moving on to question 6. What they are telling? A bill of exchange drawn on 12th April 2017 for 4 months. The date of maturity will be, see, date of maturity Means what happens for the due date? For the due date, we need to add 3 days grace. We need to add 3 days grace. Then that will be what? The maturity date. See, 4 months they are telling. 4 months. 12th April 2017 they are telling. 12th April 2017. So 4 months means April, May, June, July, August. And I need to add 3 days grace. 3 grace days. So for 12, if I add 3, how much I am going to obtain? 15. So the date will be 15th August 2017. 15th August 2017. Now moving on to question 7. The parties of joint venture. Whoever the members of joint venture will be there, they will be called as what? Co-venturers. So accordingly take down co-venturers. Now moving on to question 8. What they are telling? Outstanding subscription is shown in the dash side of the balance sheet. See, outstanding subscription is asset or liability. Subscription is income. Outstanding subscription means what? Outstanding income. So outstanding income means asset. So accordingly it will be shown in which side of balance sheet? Asset. So accordingly take down asset. Now moving on to question 9. What they are given? According to AS2, inventory should be valued at lower of cost and dash value. Lower of cost or net realizable value. Yes or no? So take down answer question 9, net realizable value. Net realizable value. Now let us move on to question 10. What they are telling? Revenue expenditure is incurred to earn the revenue of the dash period. Usually whatever the revenue expenditure will be incurred. For what purpose? Which revenue will be? To earn the revenue for which period? Current period itself. The revenue, with the help of revenue expenditure, future benefit cannot be obtained. It helps to earn the revenue for which period? Current period itself. So the answer will be current. So take down current period. Already period they are given. Okay, now moving on to question 11. What they are telling? The debts which may or may not be realized are called dash debts. Means the debts which cannot be recovered. May or may not means doubtful. If completely not recoverable means we are going to call it as bad debts. May or may not. It can be realized or it may not be realized. Usually those debts we are going to call them as what? Doubtful debts. So accordingly take down doubtful. Take down doubtful. Now moving on to question 12. What they are telling? The dash shows financial position of the business as on the particular date. Usually which statement is going to show the financial position of the business? Balance sheet. So accordingly take down balance sheet. Now let us move on to question 13. What they are telling? Dash is a combination of both the basis, that is cash as well as accrual basis. See, as we know, in the accounting, basis of accounting, we are having 3 methods. One is accrual method, cash method and hybrid or mixed method. Hybrid or mixed method is a combination of both cash as well as accrual. So accordingly take down the answer hybrid or mixed. It will be called. So now let us move on to question 14. What they are telling? A transaction forgotten to be entered in books of account is an error of. See, if a particular transaction is not entered in the books of account, we are going to call that particular error as what? Error of omission. We are going to call it as what? Error of omission. So accordingly take down. For 14 it is omission. Now moving on to 15th. What they are telling? In a computerized environment, the processing of information The processing of information will be by one or more. See, computerized environment means where the accounting system they are going to adopt. It will it will be done with the computer information system. It will be done by one or more by utilizing what they are going to maintain the information. Computers. Simple answer. So take down answer 15. Computers. Now let us move on to question 16. Let us move on to question 16. Or they are telling dash represents an amount of cash, goods or any other assets which the owner withdraws from business for his or personal use. What we are going to call anything drawn by the proprietor for their personal use. It may be in cash or coin. We are going to call it as what? Drawings. So accordingly take down the answer for 16. Drawings. Now let us move on to question 17. What are the assets like brand value, copyrights, goodwill are known as which assets? The goodwill, brand value, copyrights, whatever they are given, it will be called as which assets? Intangible assets, because those particular assets cannot be seen and cannot be touched, but they possess some monetary value. They are going to fetch some income generation to the organization. So accordingly, those assets we are going to call them as what? Intangible assets. So take down the answer. Intangible assets. Now let us move on to question 18. Rebate is given in case of dash of a bill. When a particular drawer is going to allow the rebate, when the drawee is making the retirement of the bill, if the drawee is providing the when the drawee is making the payment to the drawer before the due date, in the situation the drawer is going to allow the rebate. That earlier payment before the due date, we are going to call it as what? Retirement of the bill. So accordingly, what will be the answer? Retirement. So take down retirement. Now moving on to question 19. Question 19. What they telling? Goods costing rupees 4 lakh sent out to consignee at cost plus 25%. Invoice value of the goods will be. See what they telling? Cost of goods is 4 lakh. Cost of goods is 4 lakh they are telling. And when the consigner is sending the goods to consignee, how is obtaining the value? For the cost is adding 25%. For the cost is adding 25%. In this situation, what will be the invoice value? See, on cost 25% and 4 lakh, whatever they are given, it is cost itself. So directly you can calculate 4 lakh into 25%, how much we get? 1 lakh. So invoice price, how we get? Cost price plus profit. So 4 lakh plus 1 lakh. So total invoice price of the goods will be how much we are going to obtain? Rupees 5 lakh. We are going to obtain rupees 5 lakh. Just I am going to show the calculation. How we are going to obtain? 4 lakh plus, you can show the calculation, for 4 lakh multiplied by 25%. Multiplied by 25%. If you find the total, we are going to obtain rupees 5 lakh. With that, point 19 is completed. Now moving on to point 20. What's it telling? The amount invested by owners into business is called as what? Very simple question, basic question. Capital. So take down the answer. Point number 20, capital. Next take down 21. Let us move on to 21. What's it telling? As per dash concept, business is assumed to exist for an indefinite period. Which concept tells that the business will be carried on for indefinite period? Going concern concept. Which concept? Going concern concept. So accordingly take down the answer. Going concern. Going concern. Now let us move on to question 22. Let us move on to question 22. What's it telling? Dash cash book as one amount column on each side. See, usually the cash book will be classified into how many types? Single column, two column or double column cash book, triple or three column cash book. They are telling only one amount column means which cash book, that is single column. So accordingly take down the answer. Single column. Single column. Now let us move on to question 23. Let us move on to question 23. What they are telling? In case of departmental accounting, each department is considered to be an dash center. See, whatever the department will be there, in departmental accounting, whatever the departments are there, each department will be treated as which center? Activity center. It will be treated as which center? Activity center. So accordingly take down activity center. Now let's move on to question 24. Question 24. What they are telling? Dash accounting package can suitably match with the organizational structure of the company. See, accounting packages can be classified into two types. It may be pre-packed accounting package or customized accounting package. Pre-packed accounting package, what happens? Whatever will be existing, already the ready software will be available in the market. On the basis of taking into consideration the nature of industry, they are going to purchase. That is pre-packed. When it comes to customized, how it will be developed? By taking into consideration what kind of organizational structure is available, accordingly they are going to develop the software and it will be issued to the industries. That accounting package we are going to call it as customized. Here what they are telling, dash accounting package can suitably match with the organizational structure of the company, means it will be customized. So take down customized. Now let us move on to question 25. Question 25. What they are telling? Debtor is a person who dash to others. Debtor is a person who owes to others. Actually, who provides money to the others. That is in the normal language we can tell. But in accounting, we are going to use that as what? Who owes money to others. Next, take down question 26. Let us move on to question 26. What they are telling? The average clause is applicable when the actual loss is dash than the sum assured. The actual loss should be less or more. When the actual loss is more than the sum assured, in that situation, average clause will be applicable. So take down the answer more. Now let us move on to question 27. Let us move on to question 27. What is that telling? Vehicles represent dash expenditure, while repairs to vehicles could mean dash expenditure. See, if they are purchasing the vehicles for a particular organization, means it will be treated as which expenditure? Capital expenditure, because it will be a fixed asset. The benefit will be enjoyed for more than one accounting period. So accordingly, it will be treated as capital expenditure. And whatever the repairs will be incurred on that particular vehicle, on that particular vehicle, that will be incurred to run the, to maintain the vehicle in good condition. That expenditure we are going to call it as what? Revenue expenditure. So the answer is capital, revenue. So take down the answer. Capital, revenue. Now moving on to question 28. Moving on to question 28. What they are telling? Amount spent on the traveling expenses of a partner to a foreign trip for the purchase of an asset to be used for the business is a dash expenditure. See, why that particular traveling expenditure is incurred? The main reason is to purchase the asset. So the traveling expenditure, whatever they have paid for the purpose of purchasing the asset, so that particular traveling expenditure will be capitalized. Means it will be added to the value of asset. So accordingly, it will be treated as what? Capital expenditure. Capital expenditure. So take down capital. Next, moving on to question 29. Moving on to question 29. What they are telling? The withdrawal of money by the owner of business is called what? Again, drawings. When the owner is going to withdraw the amount from the business, we are going to call it as what? Drawings. So take down drawings. Now moving on to question 30. Moving on to question 30. What is that telling? An allowance by a creditor to debtor for prompt payment is, means if the debtor is making the prompt payment, to encourage the prompt payment, what will be allowed? discount. That discount we are going to call it as what? Cash discount. So answer will be cash discount. So take down cash discount. Next take down question 31. Let us move on to question 31. What is that telling? Income and expenditure account is similar to dash account. So usually the income and expenditure account will be prepared for which organization? Non-trading organization. Those will be similar to which account? P&L account. It will be similar to profit and loss account of trading organization. So accordingly take down profit and loss. Profit and loss. Now let us move on to question 32. Let us move on to question 32. What is that telling? Profit means excess of dash over dash. How we get profit? When the income is more than expense. So incomes over expenditure. So accordingly take down the answer. Incomes, comma, expenditure. Incomes, comma, expenditure. Now moving on to question 33. Moving on to question 33. What is that telling? The bank account is a dash account. Bank account will be considered as which account? Personal account. So accordingly take down the answer. Personal. Personal. Now let us move on to question 34. Let us move on to question 34. What they are telling? Assets are classified as non-current assets and current assets as per dash principle. Going concern principle, because by taking into consideration the benefit whatever they are going to add to the organization, those will be classified as non-current asset and current asset. So it is as per which principle? Going concern principle. So take down going concern. Now let us move on to question 35. Let us move on to question 35. What they are telling? Dash amount is the higher of assets, net selling price and its value in use. See what they are telling? Which amount will be higher than the net selling price and its value in use. Usually that value we are going to call it as recoverable fair value. Which value will be more than the selling price and its value in use? Recoverable fair value will be more than the asset selling price and the value in use. So take down the answer. Recoverable fair value. Recoverable fair value. Next take down question 36. Question 36. What's that telling? The dash loss is included in the valuation of inventories. Which is included. See, abnormal loss. If it is abnormal loss means what happens? The abnormal loss will be excluded. Here they are asking which loss will be included. Means which loss? Normal loss. So accordingly take down normal loss will be included. Next take down. Moving on to question 37. Moving on to question 37. What they are telling? Dash is the amount by which minimum rent exceeds the actual royalty. If the minimum rent is exceeding the royalty means we are going to call it as what? Short workings. We are going to call it as what? Short workings. So accordingly take down short workings. Now moving on to question 38. Moving on to question 38. What they are telling? While posting an opening entry in the ledger, in case of an account having debit balance, in particular column, the words dash are written in the debit side. See, if you are opening a ledger and in debit side, if you want to take the opening balance means what we are going to write? To balance brought down. We are going to write it as what? We are going to start with what? To balance brought down, or we can also consider it as to balance brought forward. To balance brought forward. Next, let us move on to question 39. Let us move on to question 39. What they are given? Depreciation accounting is the process of dash and not dash they are telling. See, actually depreciation we can tell it is a process of allocation and it is not valuation. What is depreciation accounting? It is a process of allocation, not valuation. So take down the answer. Allocation, comma, answer valuation. It is not valuation. Now moving on to question 40. Come to page number 32. Let's move on to question 40. What they are given? Finished goods are normally valued at cost or net realizable value, whichever is lower. Yes or no? As per ES2. So accordingly take down the answer. Net realizable value. Net realizable value. Next take down. Let us move on to question 41. Let us move on to question 41. What they are telling? The relationship between consignee and consigner is that of what? What kind of relationship exists between the consignee and consigner? See, consignee has to act as per the instructions of consigner himself. So, consignee will be treated as what? Agent, and the consigner will be considered as principal. So, agent and principal relationship. So, write down agent and principal. Agent and principal. Now, let us move on to question 42. Let us move on to question 42. What they are telling? The relationship between co-ventures. The relationship between co-ventures will be called is that of both the co-ventures will be considered as what? Co-ventures. Sorry, will be treated as co-owners of the business. So what kind of relationship exists between the co-ventures? They will be treated as co-owners. Co-owners. Now moving on to question 43. What we have? Net worth is the excess of dash over dash. Net worth is the difference between what? Total assets and total liabilities. So take down total assets, comma, total liabilities. If we find a difference, we are going to obtain net worth. Now moving on to question 44. Moving on to question 44. What they are telling? The sales of rupees 1 lakh, 180 lakh, purchases rupees 129 lakh, opening stock is 33 lakh. If the rate of gross profit is 25% on cost, then the value of closing stock will be. Then what will be the value of closing stock? What will be the value of closing stock? They are asking. See, let us calculate here. Let us calculate. What we need to do? For the sales, from the sales, what I need to do? I need to deduct purchases, I need to deduct opening stock, and if I deduct the gross profit, 50% on cost they are telling. If I deduct, I am going to obtain what? Closing stock. So accordingly, just 180 minus. What is the purchase value we have? 129. 129 minus opening stock is 33 minus, and gross profit, what they are telling? 50% on cost, means sales value we know. Accordingly show the calculation. 180 multiplied by 50 divided by 150 divided by 150. So simplify. That's equals to 180 minus 129 minus 33 minus. So just calculate. 180 multiplied by 50 divided by 150. How much we are going to obtain? 60. We are going to obtain 60. So minus 60. Minus 60. So now calculate 180 minus 129 minus 33 minus 60. How much we are going to obtain? 42. How much we are going to obtain? 42. So the answer is 4th, 44. It is 42 lakhs. It is 42 lakhs. Answer will be 42 lakhs. Or actually what we need to do? Opening stock plus purchases plus gross profit we need to add. From that, if I find the difference 180, I am going to obtain 42 lakh. That will be the closing stock here. 42 lakh positive itself you need to consider. Okay. Now moving on to question 45. Moving on to question 45. What they're telling, in case of loss of profit policy, the gross profit is the sum of net profit plus dash standing charges. Insured standing charges. Insured standing charges. Accordingly take down 45. Insured. Insured. Now let us move on to question 46. Let us move on to question 46. What they're telling, interest to be allowed at 0.75% per month on partner's capital to 60 lakhs. Manager's commission at 5% of net profit before charging such commission. If the net profit before charging interest on capital and manager's commission amounted to rupees 14.85 lakh, then manager's commission will be. See, manager has to be provided commission what that after charging such commission. In the situation, what we need to do? First, from the net profit, first interest, whatever the interest on capital has to be provided to the partner's capital, we need to deduct. After deducting that, what is the balance will be there? On that balance, 5% will be included. So into 5 divided by 105 we need to make. So accordingly, we are going to obtain the manager's commission. Just let us make the small calculation here. How much net profit they are telling? 14.85. Just I am showing the calculation here. 14.85 minus, open the bracket, how much capital is there? 60 lakh into, they are entitled to receive a interest on capital of how much? 0.75%. Close the bracket. So if you calculate how much we are going to obtain, 14.85 minus 60 into 0.75. 60 multiplied by 0.75%. How much we are going to obtain? 0.45. We are going to obtain 0.45. That's equals to, find the difference, 14.85 minus 0.45. We are going to obtain how much? 14.40. 14.40. On that, into 5 divided by 105. Into 5 divided by 105 has to be paid. So calculate how much we are going to obtain. 14.4 multiplied by 5 divided by 105. Multiplied by 5 divided by, sorry, listen here, 0.75% per month they have given. Per month means for 12 months how much? Sorry, here, sorry, take down this solution. Here I need to do per month it is 0.75. I want for 1 year, means into 12 I need to make. Into 12 I need to make. So calculate accordingly. 60 multiplied by 0.75% multiplied by 12. So total how much amount I am going to obtain? 5.4. 5.4. So accordingly take down here, it's not 0.45. We are going to obtain 5.4. Now that's equals to, find the difference. 14.85 minus 5.4. How much we are going to obtain? 9.45. 9.45. For that, into 5 divided by 105. Into 5 divided by 105. So now calculate. How much we are going to obtain? 5% of the net profit before charging such commission. So that commission will be included. So accordingly divided by 105. How much we are getting? 0.45. 0.45 lakhs. 0.45 lakhs means it will be nothing but 45,000. It will be nothing but 45,000. Now let us move on to question 47. Let us move on to question 47. What they're telling? A machinery was purchased on hire purchase system. Machinery was purchased on hire purchase system. Its cash price was rupees 5,20,000, which was payable in annual installment of 1,80,000 each, including interest at rupees 15% per annum. The interest of amount included in the second installment could be, in second installment, how much amount will be included? They are asking us to identify. See, actual cash price, how much is there? 5,20,000. The total has to be paid in annual installments of how much? 1,80,000 is the one installment they are telling. They are asking us to ascertain in the second installment how much interest will be included. So we need to ascertain. So accordingly take down 47. Let us calculate. Let us solve for problem 47. Problem 47. Just take down the first column opening, second column interest, third column installment, fourth column principal repayment, fourth column principal repayment, last column closing. Last column closing. See, what is the cash price they are given? What is the cash price they have given? Cash price is 5,20,000. Cash price is 5,20,000. And what is the rate of interest they are charging? The rate of interest is 15%. Usually, whatever the interest will be paid, it will be calculated on opening value. So 5,20,000 multiplied by 15%. How much interest we are going to obtain? 78,000. 78,000. And what is the installment they are paying? 1,80,000. Usually, how the installment we get? Installment will be the total of principal repayment and interest. We are going to obtain installment. So, if I want to know the principal repayment, how I am going to obtain? 1,80,000 minus 78,000. 1,80,000 minus 78,000. We are going to obtain 1,02,000. 1,02,000. So, now what will be the closing? From the opening, if I deduct the principal repayment, I am going to obtain closing. So, 5,20,000 minus 1,02,000. Minus 1,02,000. How much we are going to obtain? 4,18,000. 4,18,000. That becomes the opening for next year. That becomes the opening for next year. 4,18,000. On that again 15% interest will be calculated. So into 15%, how much we are going to obtain? 62,700. 62,700. So what will be the answer for question 47? Rupees 62,700 means in the second installment, how much interest will be included? 62,700. Getting the point. So accordingly, question 47 is completed. Now moving on to question 48. What they're telling? Dash method of depreciation is followed to have a uniform charge for depreciation and repairs and maintenance together. See, under which method? The rate of depreciation we are going to charge in common, reducing balance method. So take down the answer. Question 48. Reducing balance method. Reducing balance method or written down value method. In short, we can call it as WDV. Reducing balance method or written down value method. Now let us move on to question 49. Let us move on to question 49. What they're doing? Reserve for discount on creditors has a dash balance. Reserve for discount on creditors will be what? Asset. So assets will show which balance? Debit balance. Accordingly take down debit. Accordingly take down debit. Next let us move on to question 50. Let's move on to question 50. What they are telling? Dash can be made payable to the bearer. Which instrument can be made payable to the bearer? Bills receivable. Bills receivable. So accordingly take down the 50. Bills receivable. Whatever the bills receivable will be there, the drawer is going to draw the bill. The drawee has to make the payment to whom? Whoever the bearer of the instrument will be there. Means whoever will be holding the bill, for him the drawee has to make the payment. So accordingly the answer is what? Bills receivable. Now moving on to 51. Moving on to 51. What they're telling? The gain from sale of capital asset need not be added to revenue to ascertain the dash of the business. Usually, when a particular organization will be ascertaining the operating profit or loss, whenever they will be ascertaining the operating profit or loss in the situation, the gain from sale of capital asset should not be added, because that gain of capital asset, whatever will be obtained, it will be treated as what? Capital profit. It will be treated as what? Capital profit. So accordingly, it should not be added to the operating profit or loss. So take down the answer for 51. Operating profit or loss. Now let us move on to question 52. Let's move on to question 52. What they are telling? Dash property may be the subject matter of consignment. Usually in consignment, which kind of goods they are going to utilize? Movable goods. They are going to sell which goods? Movable goods. So movable property may be subject matter of consignment. So accordingly, take down the answer. Movable. Movable. Getting the point. So with that, the fill in the blanks questions, whatever they are given, all 52 questions is completed. Now let us check it out. What other questions as a bit form they are given? No, it is completed. So with that, I completed your bit bank financial accounting paper is completed. See, paper 5 financial accounting bit questions. In this, what all they have covered? Choose the correct answer, match the following, fill in the blanks, true or false, the aspects they have covered. Am I right? See, whenever you read the question, please try to recollect that particular concept is related to which chapter. And after that, you think 1 or 2 points related to that, then you go for the solution. Instead of that, if you are thinking directly from the answer point of view, means you are going to end up with nothing. You will be confused and it may create tension for you. So whenever you read a sentence, just recollect from your memory. It will be related to which chapter and which concept it is. Then you think for the answer. So in the situation, the appropriate answer you will be getting. That point you please remember. And again, whatever the explanation, the solution I have given for the choose the correct answer, or it may be the true or false, fill in the blanks or match the following, I have explained personally from my point of view. I explained it. Getting the point? Please become thorough with the subject matter, then easily you will be able to solve the questions. I wish you all the best for your examination as well as for your preparations as well. Thank you.